So it's about plurality. Is that should that be our new emphasis? Less about national unity, with one kind of, not hegemonic necessarily, but one kind of cauldron, or should we now start to shift our attention to really discovering our plurality?
So the original question is national unity not whether it's obsolete. Absolutely not to me, because academically or theoretically it will only be obsolete if nationalism was in decline. But nationalism isn't in decline. In the 90s, some people thought that was what's going to happen. Basically, nation states the idea that the state might be losing some of its appeal, of its allure, but not the idea of the nation. We thought, I think in the 90s, some thinkers thought that it'll be more, cities and, again, cosmopolitanisms that will be dominant in terms of identity reference. But I think nationalism has been on the uptick over the past couple of decades for various reasons that are beyond the scope of this discussion. To your second question, is plurality the way to go instead of, I suppose, the overarching idea of what Malaysianness is? I'd like to suggest that we have been settling for this idea of diversity and plurality. We've never really tried to figure out what are the, again, I come back to this idea of what Malaysianness is, what our values are, what do we want to be known as. We've always settled. Our multiculturalism has always been about accommodating tolerance. At the risk of oversimplifying, it would be basically accommodating differences that exist almost in silos or almost independently. We don't really celebrate hybridity. It's more of Chinese do your own thing, Malays do your own thing, Indians do your own thing, don't kill each other, everyone's happy, right? And we celebrate that as success. I think it's success in the first couple of decades of any new country. I don't think 60-odd years after Merdeka, that ought to be our measure of success anymore. It should be what can unite people who come from various different backgrounds, and that list of unifying factors is still absent in my mind. We have, at the risk of parroting my co-founder at the center, so plug, we have moments of unity when it comes to sports, when it comes to defending our food against Singapore. We have those moments, but they seem they are very superficial and they pass. The moments pass very, very quickly. Something more fundamental and profound ought to be thought about. I don't have that answer offhand, but I think it begins with, for example, right? If we want to be known as a compassionate society, this is one of many ways it could go, right? Compassionate society. So health policies, economic policies get framed and get deployed in those terms. It won't happen in a year. People won't immediately associate compassionateness with Malaysianness, but those are the almost baby steps you have to take. So I reckon if we have a generation of politicians in government and in opposition who can get a sense of what we want the Malaysian values to be, enact policies, make narratives, and frame those policies based on those values, then we've got a shot within a generation.